This video introduces AR transaction types and how they're used to manage payments and adjustments in accounts receivable. AR transaction types create more clear and accountable processes, ensuring payments and adjustments are recorded accurately. Improves clarity and reduces errors by clearly separating cash activity from non-cash adjustments, and supports accountability with a consistent and auditable record of AR activity. When configured correctly, every transaction is handled the right way, from entry through reporting. AR transaction types fall into two categories: payments and adjustments. Payments represent cash received from customers and reduce the invoice balance through payment application. Adjustments are non-cash changes like discounts, write-offs, or fees used to increase or decrease an invoice balance. The key difference is simple: payments move money and adjustments change the accounting balance. To begin the setup of your transaction types, go to the Accounting menu in Company Admin and find the AR Transaction Types tile. Click Start to begin setup. When you first become licensed to the Accounts Receivable application, the system will have some default transaction types like manual check and manual credit card. This is to help minimize time setting up common payment types. You can edit these transaction types using the pencil icon shown here. This is helpful in the event that you want to change the name, assign a GL code, or change other user preferences associated with the type. Additionally, you can easily inactivate any transaction type that your organization does not need using the toggle buttons shown here. We don't provide every possible type of transaction, but you can add more types as needed. To add a new transaction type, click Add Transaction Type. Give it an ID name. Let's say that my organization also accepts PayPal transactions. I can create a new payment type for PayPal. The ID is what will be used in the system to identify the payment type, and the name is the description shown in the various windows to the users creating payments or adjustments. Assign the correct currency, and if I have a GL code that I want to assign to it, I can add it here. The GL code comes from my master listing of GL codes, and this will typically be the GL code associated to where this cash needs to be deposited, like an asset cash account, for example. You have the option to add a description here as well. Note required and reference required help determine what information to collect for each payment type. If these are not selected, these fields will appear but aren't required for entry. Notes are typically a back-end communication about what the payment is for. Reference is for assigning a unique ID to the transaction. For example, the reference for a check would be the check number, or a reference for a PayPal transaction would be the ID used to reconcile between systems. These can be toggled on or off based on your company's needs. Once you've added the details for your new transaction type, click Add, and the tile will be added in the master listing. To create an adjustment transaction type, you would follow the same process. You would click Add Transaction Type, and in this case, I'm going to create an NSF fee adjustment. I've named it NSF fee, set the currency to US dollars. Add the GL account here. This account records the revenue or expense that offsets the receivable. For an NSF fee, use the GL account for the expense where these fees are recorded. Add a description. For example, to be used when recording NSF fee from bad checks for invoices. If I want to require a note, I can require a note. I can also require a reference. For an adjustment transaction type, you need to toggle Is Adjustment. By toggling Is Adjustment, this triggers the system to know that this is not a payment and doesn't need to be on the payment option. Instead, this is an adjustment and will be seen when you use the Create Adjustment option on the invoice register. Once toggled, the application needs to know what type of an adjustment it is. Does it decrease the receivable, meaning the amount due of the invoice will go down because of this transaction? Or does it increase the receivable, meaning that the amount you invoice will go up because of this transaction? In this case, as an NSF fee, I'm increasing the net receivable, so I'll record it as an increased receivable. Finally, click Add to save. And this new transaction type will now be added to my listing. Create as many transaction types as needed, offering your company the flexibility it needs for accurate processes. Now you're ready to start creating manual payments and adjustments in the Accounts Receivable application. Thank you for watching. Feel free to contact our team with any questions or scan the QR code to learn more.